Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Crypto back at it with another Season 3 Smite build, and today we're doing the goddess Nemesis. If you don't know, Nemesis is primarily used in the jungle role. She can solo, however, but for this build we will be doing a jungle build. And as always, let's jump right into this. So Nemesis, let's start off with her passive. Pretty much whenever she hits an enemy god, they lose 6% of their power up to 4 stacks, so that's 24% of their power loss, and also she gains 24 power whenever she hits an enemy 4 times. So it's kind of cool. She kind of has like the yin and yang balance kind of idea behind her passive, and it's pretty good. So the first ability you're going to want to level is going to be your 2. As you can see here, your 2 is a very wide cone, and it's kind of purplish in the middle. The reason being why it's purplish in the middle is because if you hit an enemy god in the middle, you actually do double damage and you slow them. Now if you hit them in the blue, it will still damage them, but not for as much. So this is going to be your main clear, and after that you're going to want to go in your shield. Reason being is because your shield obviously gives you a shield. As you can see here, it starts off at 100 and it goes up to 500, which is pretty cool. Also, it reflects 50% of the damage received, so obviously if you take 500 damage, you'll take 250 back to them over time. And as well as you actually get 100% of damage received as well. So let's say you're getting hit by a Cuckoo 3. You'll heal for as much damage as you are done, but sadly the Cuckoo 3 will obviously outlast your shield, or until your shield is depleted. And also your shield only lasts 1 second. Another thing with your shield, by the way, if you get knocked up into the air or any other version of hard CC, you will lose your shield. So be very wary of that. So as you see here, this is what our shield looks like, and as I said, it only lasts for a couple seconds. So primarily you're going to want to use this, let's say you're about to get hit by an ult, you can pop that, you'll take less damage, you also gain some healing, but obviously she can still get outbursted, so it really just depends on how you want to use it. Her shield is very good at killing ADCs, primarily because obviously they can hit you with a basic attack and she'll do that damage back, and also she'll be healing off of it. So like I said, pretty much use it whenever you think you're about to take damage, or whenever you're about to engage, so in that way you don't lose as much health. And then finally her dash. Her dash is probably the weakest link in this build. It's a pretty nice dash. You can dash twice, or you can just dash once, you can cancel it, it's up to you. But the reason why I say it's the weakest link is because it doesn't do any damage. I honestly, it was like late game, I was playing Conquest, I double dashed through somebody, they had like 100 health, and it did not kill them. It's terrible. But yeah, anyways, let's jump right into this build. So as always, if you are going to be going into jungling, you're going to want to be going into Booma's Mask. If you are going to go into solo, you can either go Dust Toll or Bluestone, depending on whether or not you want this to sustain or if you want the extra damage. Like I said, we're going into Booma's because that's the build we're going for. So after Booma's, we're going to be going into Warrior Tabi. You don't want to go Ninja Tabi, primarily because Nemesis deals with just straight brute force and physical power, so Warrior Tabi is the best option here. So after Warrior Tabi, you're going to want to go into Ichaival. The reason why I'm choosing Ichaival right now is because just like her passive, which also shreds protections, Ichaival does the same. So, as you can see, once it's fully stacked, we'll be hitting for almost 200 at this level already. And on the 4th basic attack, we will be hitting for like 219. So this helps shred protections, and we're going to start doing true damage here. So after Ichaival, you can go into Jotun's Wrath. So the reason why I'm choosing Jotun's Wrath at this area is because it gives you a nice amount of cooldown reduction, which is always great. Cooldown reduction is pretty broken. Some physical pen, so you're going to have 20 physical pen with Ichaival on top of that. Also some mana, which is great for sustain, and as well as 40 physical power, which is what Nemesis needs. We very much like physical power. And then after Jotun's Wrath, we're going to be going into an item called Void Shield. Void Shield has gotten immensely more popular with junglers. Normally it's the second item built, but there are some exceptions, obviously Nemesis for one. And what it does is reduces the enemy's physical protections by 20. So that's 20 pen right there, if you think about that. And also it gives you 30 physical power, which isn't too bad. So far we have 20 pen here, We also have 10 there, so that's 30, and then another 10, which is 40. So already we're shredding through protections with Ichabod and as well as Void Shield. So at this rate, I'll keep going over here to show you guys how much more damage we're doing. As you can see here, we're hitting the 200s without even getting to the full stacks. And once we're at the full stacks, we're almost hitting for 400 over here on the Odin bot. So after Void Shield here, you're going to want to go item called Chin Size. Chin Size is great because yet again gives you physical power, which is amazing for Nemesis. But it also gives you some extra damage on your basics and some attack speed, which help attune to that. So as you can see here, we won't be doing too much more damage, besides actually we're hitting for 400 now, and also we have that extra ticket damage from Chin Size. If you don't know, Chin Size does 3% of the target's health. And then finally, we're going to be selling Boombas. Actually, it's not finally. Selling Boombas, and then we are going to go into an item called Stone Cutting Sword. So Stone Cutting pretty much does the same thing as Ichabod, and as well as her passive. It steals their protections and gives them to you. So this is another way we're going to be selling protections. So this goes up to 30 physical protections we're taking on top of the 20. So right there is 50 on top of the Ichabod, which is 60, and then on top of another 10, which is 70. So we're stealing 70 physical pen right there, and this is going to be completely just, we're going to be almost like 3-shotting people with a couple of basics here. So as you can see now, we're almost hitting for 500 now, true damage, which is nuts. That's more than some ADCs will hit if they just go DB, which is, like I said, that's nuts. And then finally, we're going to be selling Ichabod here, just because it's not a really good late game item. And then we're going to be going into Executioner. Executioner is better than Ichabod, mainly just because it gives you the extra attack speed. Executioner is better than Ichabod because it gives you 30 physical power compared to the 10 pen, which I know is, which is what we're losing out on. And we also lose 5% attack speed, but that's no big deal because the passive reduces your physical the passive reduces your enemy's physical protections by 12% for 3 seconds, and we're also getting 3 more stacks on top of that. So right there, that's another 36% of physical protections we're taking away. So pretty much, as you can probably get by the point here, we're just taking away protections and we're taking it for our own. And so we're actually just doing straight up true damage whenever we basic. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to say, we're going into Wrath and Purification here. Wrath is just nice for that extra pressure. If the team knows you have it, they may not even try to come at you and try to take the Gold Fury or Fire Giant away. And also, if you want to invade, which I really don't suggest with Nemesis because her early game is just meh, that could just allow you to steal the buff and maybe kill an enemy, depending on who your other person is, who your solo laner is. So as you will see here in a second, this build completely just shreds the enemy's protections. Don't mind that basic attack miss. And as you see to the left over there, so as you can see here over on the combat charts, Ra is mitigating 0 protections. Oh, sorry, 0 damage. So typically by late game, mages normally have around 70 physical protections and probably I think around 80 magical protections. I am not 100% on the magic, but anyways, so we're hitting him for straight 2 damage. There is nothing that he can mitigate because we're taking away all of his protections, which is just nuts, and we didn't even use our ults. So as you will see here, if we use our ults, he does 700 damage and then we just 2-shot him. Bam, done. So this is why this god's crazy right now. As you can see, she literally just pops her ult, which is on a really low cooldown. 56 seconds right now. It will be getting nerfed tomorrow. It goes, so it'll probably be around 70 seconds with CDR. But yeah, so anyways, if you guys liked the video, make sure you guys smack that like button. Comment down below what you guys want to see for the next gods. And also hit that subscribe button. It really means a lot to me. It helps me keep making videos and know that you guys want more. But that's been it, guys. Have a great day. Peace.